This is part 2 of Affirmations for total healing and wholeness. This video is for you if you are determined and willing to experience your healing and wholeness. Find a place with no distractions to listen because you cannot afford to miss the root cause of the ill health. Then do as the instructions ask. Welcome to Mind Elevate. Our channel has one core mission, and that is to help you rise to your higher self. We help you elevate your life with our daily dose of mind-uplifting content and empowering resources. Besides these, every week, we share one special affirmation video to help you deepen your meditation practices and achieve your goals faster. These are not just positive words but life-transforming as you tune your mind in. So let's get started. Then watch your life transform. You see, when criticism becomes a constant lens through which we view the world and ourselves, it doesn't just wound the spirit. It begins to manifest physically. Chronic criticism often takes root in the body, expressing itself as tension, stiffness, and, over time, even conditions like arthritis. Similarly, resentment, especially when buried deep and left unresolved, becomes a corrosive force. It doesn't just sit in the background, it festers, feeding disease like cancer from the inside out. Guilt, too, is a subtle but destructive energy. It's always searching for punishment. It clings to us and creates pain, not just emotionally but in our bones, joints, and muscles. And fear. Fear stems from a fundamental lack of trust. When we don't trust the flow of life, when we question whether we'll be held or supported, fear becomes our companion. But now listen to this. Here's a powerful truth. The most valuable thing we possess is something we rarely think about: our breath. Imagine, if we didn't take our next breath, life would slip away in under 3 minutes. Yet we breathe without worry, without panic, with complete trust that another breath will follow the one we just took. So, if the same power that created us provides breath after breath without us even needing to ask, can we not begin to trust that same power to also provide for our other needs? So, the next time fear tries to grab hold of your chest and squeeze your spirit, remember the air that surrounds you in abundance. Then whisper to yourself, I trust the process of life to take care of me. When someone is in pain, real, lingering, aching pain, I often know instinctively that there is guilt hiding underneath. Chronic pain doesn't just come out of nowhere. Often, it's the echo of guilt that's been buried so deeply that we no longer recognize it as guilt. We've worn it for so long it feels like skin. But here's the thing, guilt never heals. It never helps. It never changes a single thing. It only drains us, weighs us down, and invites pain to make itself at home in our bodies. Guilt is a prison, but one with an unlocked door. You can walk out. The sentence is over. You've served your time. It's okay to forgive yourself. Many times when people experience accidents, I see another layer: anger. Anger mixed with guilt becomes a volatile mix that attracts mishaps. And here's what's remarkable. The degree of damage our bodies sustain often mirrors the level of punishment we feel we deserve. Even the location of the pain can reveal which area of life we feel most burdened by. Have you noticed how critical people often find themselves the target of criticism? That's not a coincidence. What we radiate tends to come back to us. Many of these individuals battle perfectionism, an exhausting, unattainable need to be flawless at all times, in every scenario. But let's ask the obvious question. Do you know a single person on this earth who is perfect? I don't. So why do we set these sky-high standards for ourselves, convincing ourselves that we must be superhuman just to be barely acceptable? It's a crushing burden. And I know this firsthand. As a child, my world was torn apart before I could even speak in full sentences. My parents divorced when I was still a baby. At just 5 years old, I was raped. I was beaten, bruised, rejected. I grew up during the Great Depression with a mother who wore victimhood like armor, and a stepfather who took out his own unresolved childhood trauma on my tiny frame. By the time I reached adulthood, I was drenched in bitterness. I carried deep reservoirs of resentment in my bones. And eventually, it took form. I developed cancer. My body, tired of holding on to all that pain, finally rebelled. I don't share this for pity. I share it to say I understand. I do not excuse the actions of those who hurt me. Abuse is never justified. But I also understand now that spending a lifetime replaying those old tapes of pain, watching the same scene of blame, betrayal, and heartbreak over and over, was only hurting me, not them. Resentment was eating me alive, quite literally. It was only when I chose to release, to forgive, to let go of the pain tethering me to the past, that healing became possible. Forgiveness didn't mean pretending those things didn't happen. It meant freeing myself from their grip. The past is finished. We can't rewrite it, but we can change how we see it. We can change how much power we allow it to have in our present. Ask yourself, why would you punish yourself now for something someone else did to you long ago? It isn't worth it. That's why I tell people who carry resentment like a second skin, don't wait until you're lying in a hospital bed facing surgery and panicking. Start the healing process now while it's still in your power. Don't wait until fear becomes your default setting. This brings us to a crucial untold truth that I will share with you now. At every point in time, our thoughts about life, about ourselves, about God, these beliefs must uplift us, not tear us down. This should be a major yardstick we use to check how healthy our mindset is. So no matter what disease we may be facing right now, if we believe we're helpless, if we've accepted hopelessness, the universe will support that belief. That means such a person will continue to spiral downward. And so, when people come to me with any problem, be it illness, financial struggle, broken relationships, or lost creativity, I start with just one thing. Only one. Loving yourself. When we begin to love, truly love and accept ourselves as we are, messy and all, life responds. Yeah, it seems too unbelievable, but that is the irony. When that basic foundation is addressed, miracles begin to surface in everyday moments. Health starts to improve. Unexpected abundance arrives. New connections are formed. And our creativity awakens, flowing in ways we never imagined possible. I often encourage people to stand in front of the mirror and say aloud, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. It sounds simple, doesn't it? But for so many, it's unbearable. They flinch, cry, or walk away altogether. Why? Because that moment reveals just how brutal our inner dialogue has become. If you can't say it, or if it hurts to try, then perhaps you've been attacking yourself with criticism for far too long. Try it. Look into the mirror. Watch what rises to the surface. Observe your emotions, your thoughts. That reaction may hold the very key to your healing. When we criticize others or carry deep resentment, it's often just a reflection of our own unwillingness to offer love and acceptance to ourselves. And that stems from old conditioning, beliefs planted in us long ago, usually by people who didn't know how to love themselves either. Now you see why the Bible made this the focal commandment, love your neighbor as you love yourself. The reference point for loving your neighbors is how much you love yourself. And how much we love ourselves is dependent on our belief system. But here's the liberating truth. A belief is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Let's choose new thoughts today. Let's start by making a decision to stop criticizing ourselves for anything. Self-criticism only keeps us stuck in the exact patterns we want to change. But self-compassion? That's the pathway to transformation. You've been criticizing yourself for years. Tell me, how much has it helped? Probably not. So let's try something different. Let's experiment with self-approval. Let's try loving ourselves and just see what unfolds. Accepting ourselves in this moment, exactly as we are, is the gateway to healing. It's also the gateway to our future. When we cling to the past and refuse to forgive, we block love from entering. But love is always the answer. And forgiveness is the door that opens to it. Love. Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It simply means we're ready to stop reliving the pain. We're ready to release the chains and return to the present moment, where healing lives. We may not know how to forgive. That's okay. We just need to be willing. Willingness cracks open the door, and the universe rushes in to help. As A Course in Miracles teaches, every illness begins with non-forgiveness. If you are facing illness now, look around. Who do you need to forgive? It's probably the person you least want to. But that's the one. The one that still stirs something deep in you. Let them go. Not for their sake, for yours. To forgive doesn't mean you're saying what they did was okay. It simply means you refuse to carry the weight anymore. We all understand our own pain deeply, but rarely do we consider the pain others carried that led them to hurt us. When we understand that they were also operating from their own wounds, empathy, and it becomes a little easier to let go. To truly heal, we must change our thinking. We must forgive. And above all, we must begin, at last, to love and accept ourselves without conditions. When we deny ourselves love, we deny ourselves healing. We unknowingly block love every time we judge ourselves for what we did, or didn't, do. Even a single word like should keeps us imprisoned. I should be better. I should have known. They should treat me differently. Let's eliminate that word altogether. Should creates shame. It reinforces failure. It whispers, "You're not enough." Listen closely the next time you use it. Hear how it locks you in. Replace it with could. Could introduces choice. It reminds us of our power. And in that power there is freedom. Everything we do in life is a choice. Even those things we feel obligated to do. Choice gives us breath. It gives us grace. So when the word should rises in your mind, let it be a signal, a red light flashing. Then gently, without scolding yourself, replace it with could. It's not about perfection. It's about awareness. If you catch yourself saying should 27 times today, don't berate yourself. Smile. That's awareness. That's the beginning of transformation. Let's release the anger we've aimed inward. Anger never changes us. If it did, we'd all be healed by now. Think of how a child responds when they're yelled at. The light drains from their eyes. They retreat. They shut down or lash out. That's what we do to our inner child when we scream at ourselves. We kill our joy, stifle our creativity, and suffocate our freedom. We don't need more judgment. We need tenderness, compassion, acceptance. If we wait until we land the perfect job or reach our goal weight or find the perfect relationship before we allow ourselves love, we're postponing life itself. Love is not a reward for perfection. It's the soil in which we grow. So let's release those old, harsh beliefs about ourselves, beliefs that were never ours to begin with. Let's begin today to accept who we are. Right now. Flawed, human, and worthy of love. You are already unfolding perfectly. You're not broken. You're blooming. The awareness and truth you've taken in today are already transforming you. No negative condition can remain when we finally, fully choose to love and accept ourselves. Love is the healer. Love dissolves resentment. Love dissolves guilt. Love washes away fear. Love, especially self-love, is the most powerful medicine there is. And yes, healing must happen on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. But don't be overwhelmed. Start small. Read a book. Talk to a friend. Visit a nutritionist. Begin cleaning just one room in your inner house. Eventually, the whole house will shine. Remember, it is your birthright to live a life of health, wholeness, joy, and abundance. Let that be your truth. Let that be your new belief. And now we move into a place of deep stillness. Get ready. Let us settle into peace and prepare for a gentle, guided meditation. One that will help rewrite the stories in your cells, restore your faith in your body, and awaken the love that has always been within you. As you adjust into a comfortable position, close your eyes. Take a deep breath, hold for a second. Then slowly exhale. As you feel your body quiet and focusing on your breathing count, say this: I am ready for healing. I am worthy of hearing. I am whole. Remember, the target is not for people to hear. Rather, you need your subconscious mind to keep hearing this from you. So, say it again softly, repeat it as you add emotions that reflect intensive agreement with every word. Then continue with, I am worthy of forgiveness. I forgive myself. I let go of self-criticizing thoughts. I love myself. I am grateful for the gift of my life. For this week, Take this specific affirmations as a personal goal to keep saying until your emotions truly align and your subconscious mind is impacted. Thank you for watching to this point. I believe this content did resonate with you. Every day we post life-enriching contents that has transformed many lives. Kindly like, subscribe and share with many who need to redirect their energy for faster healing and transformed life.
I've been looking for something that would give me peace of mind.